Hi friends, today we are starting for isometric views. In that isometric views, initially the orthographic views are given, means in that either front view or top view or front view or any side view is given. From that views we have to draw isometric view or the 3D object or 3D view of an object. Okay, so initially when the front view and top views are given, so let's see here. So here the front view and top view of object is given with origin O. Okay, so here with this origin O indicates this is the starting point. So initially at the base we are marking here two lines perpendicular to each other, so we are marking point O, so that is our origin. So for this origin, so here mark 30-degree inclined line on right and left. So here mark initially two 30-degree inclined lines. So here in case of isometric views, any horizontal line in orthographic gets inclined in 30 degree and vertical line remains vertical. So there is no any change in the vertical lines. So initially we have to decide, or we have to analyze the object which is given. So how it appears in the front view and how it appears in the top view. So if you observe here, so this inclined structure or this object or this portion of object is here in this portion only. Okay, so remaining flat portion 15 mm is as it is, so here throughout. Okay, so that prediction or that analysis we have to made initially. Now total height of object is 40, total width of object is 75, and total depth of object is 50. So first of all mark one you can say that rectangle we are which indicates the total size of object. So height of object is 40, then length of object, width of object is 75, so mark 75. Okay, 75. Okay, the depth of object is 50, depth of object mark it as a 50. Depth of object 50, so mark height 40, mark height 40. Okay, join these points with faint line. It's a construction work only, so don't mark it dark, don't make it dark. Okay, so this is one of the 3D object which indicates our total height, width and depth of object. Okay, so with this or within this we have to locate our object totally or completely. Now initially here the height of base platform is 15 mm with width 75 is given. Okay, so in the here top view also this portion as it is 50 appears as a with height 15. Okay, and depth 50. So mark 50 depth with height 15. So take height 15. Take height 15. Width 50. Okay, 50, 15 is height, depth is total 50, so we are marking as it is. Now this portion on this side also we are getting here initially with total width is 75, 25, 25, 25. Now here one slot is there, slot is also having height of 15 and depth is also 15 and width is 25 for slot. Okay, so keep in mind with this. So mark 25, 25, 25. height of slot is also 15, depth is also 15. Okay, now depth of slot is also 15. Depth is also 15. Depth of slot depth is 15, take 15. So lower edge of the slot is also visible from this side. So mark it. Okay, so this is the slot of 15 by 15 is also visible. So here 15 is the 25 is the width of a slot and 15 mm is depth of slot. Height is also 15 mm. So that slot is visible to the observer. Okay. Now here this taper portion with width 40 and height, here 15 is the platform height, 25 is remaining height. So that we have to mark. So first of all, try to close the object. Okay, now here slot or width of this portion is this much, means total is width is 25, total height of depth of object is 50. So mark 25. Okay, so for this 25 here total distance is 60. So mark 60 distance. Okay, then taper is width 40 and here on this side it is 20. So mark 25 height initially. Horizontal distance is 20. Okay, then join it with this corner. And similarly depth is 25, so mark 25. then complete this. Okay, then this edge, remaining this one edge. Okay. So this is the isometric view of object for which the front view and top view is given. So initially depth of object is 50, total width of object is 75, then height of object is 40. So for that, in the front view here 3 slots are there, so 25, 25, 25. This slot is having a depth of 15, also the height of 15, so that we mark here initially. Then this taper portion with flat surface is having a height of 25 and total distance or width is 60. Then flat portion is 20, then remaining 40 is taper section. So the edges which are visible, that we mark with dark line. So as like of orthographic projection, there is no any necessity that the edges which are not visible, that should mark with hidden line. So likewise condition is not present in isometric view. So don't mark any hidden edges. So keep as it is. So this is the isometric view of this given orthographic views, means for front view and top view. Okay, so if you try to mark the front view and top view of object by looking or by observing from this side, then here the front view and top view appears like this. So this is the method, or this is the technique of isometric view. Okay, so also one more problem we are going to take here. Now see, in this problem here, the front view and left hand side view is given. So front view is having some semicircular dome section having a width of 30 mm. Then here the center of that section is at a distance 50 from base. Then next portion is having some projected section which is projected in outward direction. Also it is having slot in the bottom. Okay, so that we have to mark, or that we have to plot in the isometric view. So initially here the starting point O is given. So starting point O, here this point is O and this point is here O. So these are the starting points for this section. Now starting point is given for this. So mark 30-degree inclined line on both sides of origin O. Mark 30-degree inclined line on both sides. Here 30-degree inclined line we mark initially. Then here the width of section is 60. Okay, so and front view is also showing the depth of section is 60, width is also 60, height is 50, diameter is 60, so radius is 30. So here 50 plus 30, 80 is our height. Okay, width and depth of section is same, that is 60. So here initially complete one square or complete one box with 60, 60 and 80 as a height. Okay, then complete box. Complete it with faint line, so it's not a final. That final we are going to plot later on. Now here, so this is one box within which we have to complete our isometric view for the given orthographic views in the front view and left hand side. Now here initially some views are given, so accordingly we have to predict the depth of section or width of section. Now here if you observe this 30 mm depth section, it is having some semicircular part on this front view. Now here it is having height. So initially 50 mm we are marking as it is from the end side of the section or from the view. So mark 50 as it is. Then in the side it appears as it is, or this line is as it is, so mark it. Okay, in the front here total is 60. From center 20 mm we have to take. Bottom side a slot having at the bottom thickness it is 20, 10 on one side, 10 on another side of the center. Remaining edges are as it is. Okay, then 20 we are keeping as it is. Okay, then next here in the front width of section or the total width of section is, or height of section is 30. So 30 height we are getting here, so mark 30. So here we mark 30 is the height. Okay, now this 30 is having horizontal section or horizontal part. Sorry, here mistake is there. mm is height of object in the front. Okay, now slot is having inclination 45 degree. So instead of here in isometric view we can't mark directly 45 degree, so that in the front view, from here front 15 mm horizontal line reference line we are marking initially at a height of 15. At a height of 15 mark reference line. Okay, now here take center of that 15 mm. Center is at a distance 30 because total width of object is 60. Okay, now here directly measure on both sides how much is on 30 degree or from reference. So it is 25 on one side and 25 on another side. So directly mark 25 on one side and 25 on another side. 25 and 25 on other side. So directly join this. Directly join here. This also, this line. Okay. So don't mark 45 degree as it is, so that we are visible in the front view, because here in the isometric the angle gets change. Means instead of change means there is some reduction or enlargement in the angle. So instead of marking that, take it from the orthographic views. Now here edges of slots are, some edges or few edges are visible to the observer, that we have to mark as it is. Otherwise no need to mark the edges which are not visible to the observer. Okay, so lower edge is visible to the observer, so mark it with dark line. Okay, so this is about the front view. Now here this portion is having some flat surface initially, and then we are having some semicircular part. Okay, so total is 60, width of this section is 30, then remaining is also 30. So initially 30 is having some flat portion, so that we have to mark initially. So mark 30 mm. This side also 30. And flat 60. Okay. Now the next part is semicircular part. So before that 50 is up to 50 mm it is perfectly straight or vertical. So here 50. Now take this portion only, this is up to 50. Okay, so mark this edge, vertical edge here. Beyond that we are starting our semicircular part. Okay, so if little bit confusion is there, so here we are going to rub something, some part, so that the construction of semicircle will get easy. Okay, now so here we have to complete one semicircle. In isometric view, keep in mind the circle appears as an ellipse, so don't mark directly or take radius distance 30 in compass and mark. So this is not the case. In isometric view, the semicircle or circle appears as a elliptical sections or elliptical views, so it requires some construction initially. So here, so radius is 30, so first of all mark center of semicircular part. Center is at a distance 30 from one side, 30 on another side. So very simple construction it is. So when we are starting to mark one semicircular part of with the, or we are going to mark the whole. So first of all mark center of the circle. Okay, then take distance, or if radius is 30, then take 30 on right, 30 on left, 30 above and 30 below. Okay, so take 30 above here and similarly 30 below, 30, 30. Okay, so mark one square of 60 by 60. Okay, so here we complete our square of side 60 by 60. Okay, then this is our square now, 60 by 60. Now, so leave this bigger diagonal. Okay, leave this bigger diagonal. Then from this short diagonal, join the ends of or midpoints of opposite edges. From smaller diagonal corner, join ends of opposite midpoints of opposite edges of square. Okay, similarly from this also join midpoints, okay. Now complete the square. Put your first compass at this point. Okay, then put compass at this center. Okay, so here this semicircle means this circle appears as a semicircle. Similarly, this portion is having some curved nature. Okay, so also construct one center and then consider 30-30 on either sides of that center. Again we are getting one semicircle. But instead of that, one can directly take consideration of these points, means the point where from where we mark the curve. Okay, transfer that point 30 mm back. Okay, transfer that point 30 mm directly behind, transfer 30, okay. Now as we transfer 30 mm, so initially from this center we mark this curve, okay. So these 2 points also we have to transfer 30 mm back. So already this point is transferred, now transfer this point also 30 mm back. Okay, now complete the curve. So take initially whatever the radius you have taken for first semicircle, similar we are marking from here. Okay, similarly we are marking, so initially mark one tangent to this semicircular part, so that we are marking curve up to tangent only. Okay, so tangent is marked. Next arc we mark from this point with this radius. Okay, so we also transfer this point 30 mm behind, so complete the arc. Okay, so here tangent is there, so mark tangent directly. Okay, so this is the semicircular portion, or this is the construction of semicircle for isometric views. So for this, or this is the isometric view of the given section with the given dimensions. Okay, when observed looking from this side here or from this side, so he will get the front view as it is, or which are having in the orthographic view, and left hand side view appears like this. So if you are having any doubt related to the isometric view, you can ask. So try to follow these basic steps to complete the isometric view. If you are having any doubt, you can call me. Thank you for listening.